happy August 26th solar eclipse, y'all. So I'm dressed up today, and it actually goes along with the theme, not dressed up, but dressed up enough. It actually goes along with the theme of the video today about how play can get you out of a slump and how it's so important to incorporate play into your life and to celebrate your small wins. So I'm gonna explain, and then I think it'll kind of be a good segue into the video. I had to relocate because monitoring spirits are definitely a real thing, and the monitoring spirit double back. Before I had started the video, I let the monitoring spirit kind of get its thing underway, and then leave so I can have some peace. But then the monitoring spirit is like, soon as I started this video, we're not even a minute in, and the monitoring spirit double back. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to take this to a different location. Yeah, so basically, one, I was guided to do this, but it kind of put me in memory of last year, or 2024's big solar eclipse. I actually dressed up for that solar eclipse, right? I treated it like a date with destiny. That is a great way to play with the universe, always looking at the universe as, the universe is working in my favor. Things are going in my favor. The stars shining above you. I'm not a singer, but it just reminds me of that song where it's like, yeah, like the stars are aligning for my destiny. So guess what? I got a date with destiny. And what do you do when you have a date? You dress up, you get ready, you start the morning on such a positive note, right? Like, if you're not usually used to dressing up, make this your day, honey. Even if nothing happens, everything is happening energetically. And that is a great way to manifest, guys. Play with the universe, be playful, dress up, be like, this is my day, especially on big astrological dates like this, especially when the planets are like so aligned with miracles. The planets, look into the planetary alignments right now. They are so primed, prepped, and ready. This whole 2026 has been primed, prepped, and ready for miracles to happen. So if you need a miracle, if you're waiting on a miracle, if you're even just open for miracles, open for blessings, then get dressed. What you waiting for? Get dressed, get ready. Be like, oh yes, this is my day, honey. And watch how the universe responds. The universe loves playfulness, It loves, and you may not even think of this as playfulness, but it is. The universe sees this as playfulness, as engagement, have fun with it. So, into the actual video that I wanted to do, which is play can get you out of a slump. If you are feeling like things are energetically stagnant, right? You're starting to stagnate, you're falling into a routine, or your routines are feeling mundane, you're feeling like you're not making any progress, especially for the times where you've been putting in the work, but you're not seeing the progress, or the progress seems like it's going slow, right? And we all know that slow and steady wins the race, and that's beautiful. But sometimes we can get discouraged if we're showing up every day, but nothing's changing. Play can kind of reinvigorates you, it activates your energy centers in a way that balances your work and your work ethic, or your work and your effort, because play lightens things up. Play lightens up your frequency. It takes away some of that heavy load that you're in. So if you're feeling like down in the dumps, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious about the future, play can kind of distract you from that. And it's such a wonderful distraction because it actually lightens it up. It eases it up. It reminds us that life isn't all about goals and effort and progress. It's about enjoyment and fulfillment. And it's not just about the end goal. It reminds us that it's not just about the end goal, it's about the journey. And you should always enjoy the journey. Make it your business. Make it your best effort to enjoy the journey. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing when you embrace play, okay? It really does get you out of a slump. If you're doing something every single day, the spark, even if you love to do it, the spark, especially if you're not seeing progress, the spark, you can kind of lose that spark, right? You can become like tired and overworked. So play lets you lighten your load. It is a great way to balance your energy, serious and unserious, feminine and masculine, because I feel like sometimes the feminine energies, like we really can be very serious sometimes, you know. We're goal oriented, because we got to take care of business for our babies, you know. We just wired like that, right? We know nonsense, no business. But men, if you think about men are super playful. It'd be like, can you get serious for a second? We really got to do this. But without that, things can get really not fun. Life can become not fun. Life can start to become unenjoyable. It starts to become harder to grasp onto that gratitude that makes life so fulfilling, even in the hard times. So if you're not playing, it can really put a damper on your progress. It can even start to halt your spiritual momentum, or damping it, and eventually it'll come to a halt. Because if you're not balanced, if you're super serious, if you're putting too much weight on things that it's gonna happen anyway. The universe loves when we ease up. You know, if we're gripping too tightly, we're gripping so tight, we're trying to control everything. We're putting in progress, putting in work, we're putting in this, we're putting in that, we're putting in this, then it's like we're trying to control it because it has to happen when it has to happen, and we're trying to force the progress. And it's like, if we just lighten up, ease up. Oh my gosh, that little blip, that was a butterfly. You know I love me some butterflies, y'all. I had seen on Bob's Burgers, it was like, oh yeah, butterflies eat poop or whatever. And I was like, what? And then I had looked it up, and it was like, hashtag, did you know butterflies is as nasty as flies? I don't know why I found that so funny, but they get like nutrients from it. They definitely eat nectar and all that, but they get the like nitrogen, potassium, and all that. Like, I thought that was so funny. Did you know? It was like hashtag, did you know butterflies is as nasty as flies? And I can just imagine somebody being like, them nasty ass butterflies. Don't land on me, nasty ass butterflies. Okay, anyway. Play can really invigorate. Play, if you gotta work every day, if you know you have to be disciplined on something, put some play in it, you know? And very important in your play, right? And how to direct your play in a healthy manner. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your small wins. You have to celebrate yourself. Even though it seems like you're not seeing the results, right, of the progress that you're making, celebrate yourself for showing up this morning. Celebrate yourself. Shout out to the video yesterday. Shout out for brushing your teeth this morning, for washing your face this morning. Like, those can be big wins. Shout out to taking care to my mamas out there. Shout out for every day your baby is healthy and alive. You know how much effort, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, but then it does. It's such a miraculous thing to nurture life. It's such an important and beautiful thing to nurture life. Like, every time I have a baby, like my first 2 times having a baby, especially when they're young, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm tasked with keeping this human alive, like, every day. And I had it twice because I have 2 babies, and I had to think like it would come up, like, wow, like, I'm keeping this baby alive. Like, so every day, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. I got an amazing comments. Shout out to Katrina Martin. I believe that's your name. Oh my gosh. And I was just so grateful for that comment. I was like, even though I only have 16 subscribers right now, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, because it's some people, it's not even a comparison. It's just a truly being grateful for my impact, for what I can do, how I am able to show up, and the results that I have so far. Those are small wins, but they're so big. You can have such a big gratitude for them. Celebrate how far you've come in life, even in your failures, because every failure, if you can derive a lesson from that failure, then you've won. It's not a failure, it's a win, because it's all about learning. This life is all about learning. If you go through life never making any mistakes, then you're doing something wrong. You're not even living life. You're probably not alive, or not a real person. You're probably an NPC too, a non-player character. You just in a loop. You just here to serve, other people's, the hell? You just here to serve other people's journey. You're here to support. But far as your own journey, there is none. Because there is no growth. There is no evolution. There is no mistakes. There are no failures. And more often than not, you really don't see that many NPCs, because we're all here. We all can learn, stand to learn something. Unless you're just stubborn. In that case, life is very hard for you. Don't be stubborn, y'all. I know we all got our stubborn moments, because me being so determined, it comes with a hint of stubbornness, where whoosh, things I could have learned within a year and take me 10 years, and it'd be like, oof. You're like, damn, I could have been learned this. But it's alright. It's alright. But that same determination, that same stubbornness on the flip side, is what helps your dreams grow. It's what, you channel that in a good way, and now all of a sudden you're a millionaire, or whatever your dreams is, because everybody don't have the same dreams. I don't always like to put a millionaire thing, but that's always the common thing, so I don't really like to do that, because that's not everybody's goal. Some people just want to be happy, and some people really don't know how to be happy, and a lot of us don't know how to be happy. And greater than happiness is joy, because joy is a state of being, and happiness is a state of emotion, and emotions come and go, but joy can be your inner compass always. And I've started to make joy my inner compass. So even when I have times where I'm like, because I'm sharing a bed with my babies, and I'm just like, I'm tired of y'all kicking me. I had a little rough night last night, but I still got sleep. So it was like, I woke up a little grumpy, but I had to get it together. I was like, girl, you got so much to be grateful for, though, because, even going to sleep and waking up with your babies is such a blessing too. Even though I want my privacy and some solitude, it's nice. But what I was saying about joy being my state of being is, even though I woke up like that, I was able to go back. I was able to lean on gratitude. You see how quickly, like, or you didn't see, but I I was able to snap into gratitude so quickly, like the thoughts just start coming like really easily. And I was able to tap back into joy really, really easily, And that's something that, I've had to practice. I had to practice that state of being. State of beings are something, you don't practice emotions, you practice states of being. And I feel like that distinction is not very well known. And this is why people struggle with, the pursuit of happiness. No, it's the pursuit of joy, not the pursuit of happiness. And that minor distinction is so important, because you're not always going to be happy. But at the base, at the core of yourself, you can be joyful. So, play can really help you to sustain that state of joy, that state of peace, the state of flow. Because it balances your energy. It provides that creative spark. Get fun. Like, I remember in March, when I was really, really working on my gratitude, and I was really, really working on my play, I would turn on kids play me. Like, you know how they play those instrumentals, those old school instrument, like the old school shows, and they would play the instrumentals, and they would be just so light, whatever. I don't know. I'm really not. That was so far off, but it would just be so light and playful. It'd be like hand pans, or some type of beautiful instrumental that kind of puts you in this la la land, la 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 la. I would put that on. I would search it up on YouTube, children's instrumental play music, and I would put it on, and I would play with my children. And for Christmas, my daughter got like these butterfly wings and a butterfly tattoo or tutu, and like a wand. So I would put on the wings, and she would put on the tutu. And I would just be going around, like literally, like I'm a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old child. And that play really helped me to heal, not only heal my inner child, but to get into touch with her, which is why I can be so goofy, which is why, I can be so funny, because I'm in touch with my inner child. My inner child is very goofy, loves to laugh. I do have a natural knack for humor, and it's like, without play, I wouldn't have been able to get in touch, because there was a long time where it was like, for months, I didn't laugh. Ooh, I don't want to go there, but that was. I was like, ooh. Very dark times for me. I didn't laugh for a whole year. I remember when I started laughing again, it felt foreign. I used to love looking at America's Funny Homes video, even like in high school and stuff, when I needed like a good laugh. And then I know in college, like I kind of veered away from it. Everything started to become so serious. Me working, going to school, my relationships, friendships. Like, it seemed like everything became like really serious, and a chuckle here and there, but like a good belly laugh. And if you know, especially like if you, oh my gosh, a good hearty laugh from your soul, what? So you act a mess. Like those laughs where you come together and you run apart, like you scatter, or you be dying on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You just lose your breath. That is a form of play, laughter. Play. Enjoy yourself, because you deserve it. You woke up. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate you waking up. Even if there's nothing else that you do, nothing that you can't find, if you can't find like joys in big things, right? You ate today. That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. Because I used to be days where I could have eaten, but I didn't. You know, I was so stressed out, so full of anxiety, so full of depression. I didn't eat. I would go days without eating. you know, just drained by life, drained by my relationships, drained by the lack of support that I had. Absence of play, absence of laughter, absence of gratitude. So celebrate. You ate today. That's a blessing. Celebrate the fact that you had food. Because when I was little, I remember, like, it wasn't, I'm not going to say, no. No. Yeah, no. Sometimes it got so bad, we had to wait for somebody else to bring us groceries. I would have oozy noodles every day, not a nutritious meal. Oozy noodles was my favorite food up until my junior year of college, of high school. That's 16 years old. Oozy noodles was my favorite meal. I had it every single day for more than a decade. So oh my gosh, I just found something else to celebrate. The fact that my babies don't eat like I did. As a baby, I was fed sugar water. I mean, not the whole time, I'm sure, but sugar water. And every time I think of that, like, I just feel my inner child or my inner baby hurting. So I may need to do some inner baby healing. Everybody talk about inner child. What about inner baby? Because every time I say that, like, I get a little pang. Like, oh my gosh, sugar water. You know? Confirmation. Yeah, I need to do some inner baby healing. I wasn't consoled. Apparently I didn't cry that much as a baby, but I cried enough where my sister, who was only 20 months older than me, had to ball up my fist, stick out my thumb to help me self-regulate, because I had no one there to help self-regulate. I had people around. They were high. Woo. I might gotta get up soon because I'm getting bit. I don't know what the fuck biting me. I don't appreciate it. Like, right? Like, Nature, I love you, Nature, but I don't appreciate it right now. But celebrate, play. Don't get stuck. Because life is so beautiful and life is meant to be enjoyed and played with. Think about cats. They always playing. They always doing something. They always down to play. Well, except for when they sleeping. But yeah. If you have a pet, play with your pet. If you have a child, play with your child. If it's just you, go out into a field and frolic. Skip. You know that challenge they doing on TikTok where they're asking grown adults, do they remember how to skip? That's linked to the play within them. Do you remember how to skip? Skip and see how much your vibration just lightens. See how much your load just lightens. You're just skipping. And in that play and in that celebration of your wins, the momentum keeps going. That's when miracles happen. That's when blessings happen. That's when that thing that you couldn't solve gets solved. That bill that you needed paid gets paid. And this actually might not be anything biting me. This actually might be my lymphatic system. If y'all know, y'all know. When them histamines, that niacin gets released, it feels like, it can feel crazy. I've been trying to do my gut health recently. Hey, that gut-brain connection. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. This is where I leave you. I hope you guys like, share, subscribe. Hype your girl up. You know what I'm saying? You hit that like button. You put a hype on the video. They say hype. You know what I'm saying? Just hype me up. Hype me up. But you got this. So let me hype you up in return. Y'all got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. You really got this. You got it. You got it, babes. You got it, lovelies. You got it. Because one thing I'm so passionate about, and I just had to get real serious, don't ever let somebody make it seem like they can do something that you can't. I am a firm believer that everybody's capable. Now, I do understand that some people don't want to be capable, right? But they have that capability. They just don't want to use it, right? But at the core of everyone is capability. You can do it. It's within you. You were born. You were born like it, babes. You were born to be successful. You was born to be happy and joyful and free and peaceful. It may take a little work to tap back into it, to celebrate your wins, to get you out of the slump, to achieve your goals. But you was born to do it.